Little boot review tonight. Unboxing of these Red Wings. Now, if you follow my channel, you'll know that I love Red Wings. I love quality footwear of all sorts, but Red Wings are a brand that I've particularly sort of focused on over the years. In particular, the rather fantastic, albeit resold, 875s here. We'll reflect back on these in a minute, because these boots are not dissimilar to the 875s in their original form with the white crepe sole. These are the 1907s, and in a lot of ways I think these are probably Red Wings' ultimate version of the mock toe. They offer a little bit something extra, and I guess we'll go into that in this review. Okay, well, let's have a look in the box and pop them out. So, if you've ever bought Red Wings before, you'll know that the unboxing experience isn't particularly exciting. You don't really get many extras, hang tags, fancy stuff with Red Wings at all, really. You get a bit more with these, and we'll go into that, but not much to show in the box. I'll pop out both boots and then get the box out the way a bit. So, here you go. Mock toe boots, brown, very much that classic Red Wing look. So, I refer to these as the ultimate mock toes from Red Wing. Whether that's true or not, that's up to you to decide. I think some people would say it was the 875s or maybe the RS Setter originals of that. But for me, the 1907s have always offered something a little bit extra. The reason being that they've got a nice triple welt there, a Norwegian welt, which offers a little bit more water protection. We'll dive in for some close-ups of that a little bit later, but nice extra detailing on that welt, all leather construction, and it's just very, very pleasing to my eye. I like the additional detail, I like the function, a little bit of something extra there. The other extra that they provide is a insole, and I'm amazed the amount of videos I had to check out just to find out a bit about this insole. I'm not sure if anyone's actually showed it, but unlike the 875s, which have a simple leather footbed, this supplements that leather footbed with a nice little insole, which adds to comfort and just makes wearing a sort of heritage boot that little bit easier. So, single density, simple foam with a sort of nubuck suede overlay, a couple of ventilation holes, but that will be appreciated. That helps with a little bit of heat insulation, but also just that little bit of bounce, that little bit of extra comfort under your foot. So you've got that, which is extra, in my opinion. And then you've got the laces. Nice leather thong laces here. Very interested to see how these affect the fit and comfort of these boots. But they actually do provide you a second pair of fabric laces, which, as I say, Red Wings don't give much away. And just have these few extra features really do add to the buying experience of these boots. Okay, so just diving into these boots a little bit further. This is the copper rough and tough leather. It is incredibly waxy, really nice, and it's got that nice sort of pull up colour change property, so like as you sort of stretch and break these in, the oils will get forced from the leather and it will just go that little bit lighter tan colour, and I really do enjoy the sort of patinaing and variation of colour of leather, and I think these offer great potential. Also, with the oily sort of wax impregnated rough and tough leather, you're going to have to go some little way before you need to retreat these. Not quite sure what products I'll be using yet, but these are going to be nice and waterproof for some little while. Just looking inside here, on the inside of the tongue, these are sort of fresh out of the factory really. 1907's 0518 it says on the inside of the tongue there. We'll grab it for a close-up in a minute, but that means it was made in May this year, so only a couple of months since they've come out of the factory, so no worries about the leather drying out in that time. Obviously nice bellows construction. The lacing eyelets got a little bit more detail than most Red Wings. These are sort of gunmetal with Red Wing written around them. So nice little extra feature there. I think I've seen some of these 1907s with Red Wing embossed into the side here, which I kind of like. Red Wing aren't big on branding, but I think they're pretty much recognisable by their silhouette, aren't they? But yeah, nice little feature. Obviously the crepe sole with Red Wing imprinted on the bottoms there, and high quality stitching all round. What I do like with Red Wings, and I mentioned this before on the blacksmiths, is where you get triple stitching or double stitching around the back there, but one of the threads is white, and it's just that little extra something makes it look really, really nice and sort of a tasteful, thought-out design. So, in terms of fit on these, having tried these on just before the video, they feel very, very much like the 875s. They are of pretty narrow last. These aren't exactly the same last as the 875s. The 875s are based on the historic 23 last. These are actually a last specific to this boot, the 45, and the difference is that they're designed to take an insole. So if you look at the side profile there, probably hard for you to make out, but the depth there is somewhat greater than on the original 875s. Not sure if you can tell there, but it's slightly deeper, just to take that insole and give that extra bit of space for that. And with the narrow last on these, I think in the US you can probably buy these with a width fitting. In the UK, even at the Red Brand store, I don't think they Red Wing store, I don't think they offer that option. So for the UK customer, or probably the whole European customer base, I always find these fit really quite snug on width, quite a narrow last. So whilst people do talk about sizing up, sizing down, typically sizing down half a size, I find that I normally buy these true to size. So the UK 8, I get these at 8, and simply because the break-in on these can be absolutely torturous. The leather is so tough, which is a great thing. They'll bear many resoles. The 875s I just shown you, they've had one resole. They've been worn for 4 years, and I have no doubt in my mind that they'll take many, many more resoles. But the breaking experience is truly the toughest I've had of any boot. Thorogoods, Frey Cap, Golden Fox, formal shoes, Grenson, Barker, Herring. There is no break-in that I've experienced which is similar to the Red Wing. It really does take some work. So little and often, otherwise you're going to blister your foot and really make life very hard. But once you get it, you'll be wanting to wear those boots for years and years and years. And that's what I really hope for these. I will be, I think, keeping these in the original white crepe sole. Very soft compound, but I think they look great. And it's something I want to have in my wardrobe. Okay, well what I'll do is I will pop them on, show you them with a couple of different trousers, and then we'll wrap it up. But first we'll come in for a little close-up here. Obviously you can see the triple welt or Norwegian welt on the bottom there. The extra lip which you see stitched into the upper there just allows that extra little bit of splash protection, keep a little bit of more waterproofness, keep the water out of the shoe, and it looks really cool as well. The layers there are built up So you've got the welt at the top there, you've got the midsole, hard brown rubber, which is another nice feature of the 875s. The 875s are just the cream colour at that level, so it doesn't have the extra bit of detailing. Quality stitching, never find any fault in stitching on Red Wings to my experience. So triple stitched on the forefoot, double stitched on the heel, both with a highlighting stitch in white. Around the toe, you've got a full true mock toe, so a full seam there, not just rolled over and stitched to look fancy. Got the reinforcing up the back there, nice robust heel cap. The toe cap is simply layer upon layer of leather and really tough. The 875s I've had just have never lost shape. Inside there's no cotton vamp, no wicking, no Gore-Tex, nothing clever, just simple tough leather, and it will last indefinitely almost, because what I find with the clever linings is they tear up around your toes, and that's pretty much it. You can't repair that. As I said, nice waxy pull up, rough and tough copper leather there. It's going to patina really nicely and offer good waterproofing. Leather laces and the bellows tongue. The Red Wing logos or Red Wing text on the gunmetal eyelets there, and inside you see the traditional leather footbed. Below that there's a cork layer which you'll bed in with your foot, and in the meantime, for comfort, you've got the branded leather and foam insole. Very simple, but it will really add that extra bit of comfort in there, I think. And finally, on the inside of the tongue, if you haven't seen it before, on the labels on Red Wings, they do tell you when they've been made. So 518 there on the bottom refers to May 2018. So these are pretty fresh out of the factory and good to go. Bit of piping around the edge there. Very simple. I think that is leather. Certainly isn't plastic, because this will last as long as a boot as well. No problems there. Yeah. Classic Red Wing. So putting them on for literally the first time here, I've actually put them on without the insoles, just to give it a little bit more room as I break them in. That will allow the footbed to also take its shape as well. The first thing I noticed about these laces is that they've got this nice sort of stretch to them, so I think they'll really help sort of ease the break-in period, so the boot can flex a bit more with my feet. Always get asked what denim I'm wearing. These are Ironheart 55501s, 21 ounce denim, about 9 months old. Great jeans, by far from the cheapest, but no regret getting those. So there they are on. So as I say, really long laces. Next time I put them on, I wrapped it around the calf, which there's plenty of room in those laces to allow that, and it looks a little bit smarter. Just some olive chinos there, actually from Gap, super affordable. Always pick these up in the sale. I think they're less than £25, and just good for around the office. So that's my intended use for these, around the office. I think they're a good match there. Next up, another pair of Ironhearts. These are 17 ounce duck canvas. Not quite sure, brown on brown. I normally wear these with a black boot, but maybe we'll mix it up a bit. That brings us to the end of the video. Here's both boots, alternative lacing offerings. So obviously you've got the traditional leather thong lace there, and the secondary fabric lace that they offer there. I think on these boots, it's all about the leather, and that's how I'm going to set these up. If you haven't seen my channel before, you'll know, or you may not know, that I will always do a full life review on the boots I review. So shortly I will post a video on the breaking in. As I say, the breaking in on these I expect to be tough. I've been through it before. The 875s really are hard work to break in, and these seem to be the same sort of bomb-proof tough leather, which is great in the long run, but early breaking in will take some work. So month's time or so, I'll share some thoughts on that. We'll take a look at these in 6 months, a year, and then ultimately when they come to resoling. So that's about it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't seen my channel before, please check it out. Obviously love quality footwear, especially heritage style boots, denim, everyday carry, fountain pens, pen knives, that sort of thing. Cycling, guitar, check it out. I'm sure we'll find some other common interests, so I'd love that you subscribed, and I hope that's useful. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.